So I'm still talking about young players going into this 2020 season. This time it's Brandon Ingram, who has been, I guess, a little polarizing in his NBA career so far. I've been pro Ingram for the most part. Size, versatility, athleticism. He's gotten better at creating his own shot. And towards the end of last season, it seemed like it was all coming together a bit where he was hitting contested jumpers and beating guys off the dribble. And the interesting thing about Ingram to me is I just feel like his career could go in like 4 different directions of the type of player he really becomes, whether it's some all-defense guy because he's 7 feet tall and he can defend like 3 or 4 positions, or he can create his own shot, or he can be like a Sean Marion where he leads the league in rebounding or comes close to it and is like a fast break nightmare. Perhaps a combination of all these things, whatever. So we go into this Pelicans season, and is this the year that Ingram is really going to put it all together, and will the advanced stats finally like him and whatever else? Well, I think when we look at Ingram's first 3 years, the number one is his health has not always been the best. I mean, of course, he had to miss damn near half the year a season ago. And then in his second season, he had something, not that I actually remember what it was. But even so, in his third year, the first with LeBron, the fit with him and LeBron was not good, right? So, how's it going to go with this Pelicans team? Well, I think if I'm looking at the pecking order of ball handlers, Ingram's probably number 3, depending on how much Zion has the ball. But there's no LeBron here, right? Like, maybe Drew has the ball the most, him or Lonzo. But even so, they're not going to dominate the ball every single possession. So I think Ingram is going to have a lot more opportunity to just do something, whether it's attack a mismatch or occasionally ISO or have, pick and roll possessions, because I think Ingram's been warming up with those things. Not that I'm going to look at his efficiency for those on NBA.com, because whatever. The eye test tells me he's been getting a little better at that stuff. And really, I mean, just the point production of going from 9 points a game in your rookie year to 18 by your third season, with the injuries and with the awkward fit with LeBron and the fact that Ingram still hasn't figured out three-pointers or free throws, really, is pretty good. And when I say free throws, I mean the percentage. I mean, he shot 67% this previous year, 66% for his career. What's intriguing about the free throws, though, is that he's shooting more of them. I mean, he got up to 5.5 free throws per game this year. And I think he's gotten stronger. He's never going to look muscular because he's just so damn tall. But I don't think he gets pushed off of the spot as easy anymore. So that can, of course, lead to more trips to the line. And that's a question I have, is how often is Brandon Ingram going to be shooting free throws for the Pelicans this season? Well, I think some of that could be determined by the lineups and also how often he's in the post. Because if we're asking Ingram to start from the three-point line and make a move and then get into the paint and then get fouled in half-court situations, I don't know if his free throws are going to go up by that much. Sure, in transition and going for offensive rebounds and things like that, definitely. But I just think it's tough, even with the improvement Ingram's had, to just be like, hey, Brandon, go get us a bucket. And he just consistently gets fouled with that. So getting into the post would be nice, and I think there's definitely potential for Ingram to take advantage of mismatches, and his craftiness has definitely improved. But I really don't know what the lineups are going to be for this Pelicans team. I mean, looking at their center options, I think Derek Favors is their best bet. I mean, Jackson Hayes is a rookie, and Jahlil Okafor is Jahlil Okafor, even if he's looked respectable lately. So, I mean, between Derek Favors and Zion as your front court, I don't think there's going to be a lot of room for Brandon Ingram to post up. So, that could be tricky. Now, of course, he can play off of those guys. Favors can set a pretty hard screen, and I think Zion is accepting of the fact that he's going to have to do those things in the NBA. So Ingram could have some opportunities there, but a part of me does think we're going to get a lot of off-ball Brandon Ingram, where Drew and Lonzo are going to do the majority of the things for this team's offense. And it's going to be Ingram open threes, Ingram cuts, Ingram setting screens for pretty much anyone. I mean, if Brandon Ingram wants to set like 20 screens a game, I'm all for it. On ball, off ball, whatever. And I mean, I think I might have mentioned it a second ago or whatever. I would really love to see him embrace offensive rebounding because I think he could, I think Brandon Ingram could grab 10 rebounds a game. I really do. So if he could go for him a little bit more, that'd be sweet. Now, another thing with this Pelicans team is there's a lot of players who you actually care about on this roster, and I'm not 100% sure on what the starting lineup's going to be. I mean, my initial thought would be Drew, Lonzo, Ingram, Zion, Derek Favors, but I could see the reasoning to get JJ in there, probably over Lonzo, just because I feel like whether Lonzo's starting or coming off the bench, he's going to be the same player regardless. So, I don't know, but I would like to see Ingram playing with Redick for pretty obvious reasons. If that's the case, then we could see Ingram and his assist total get up there, because, I mean, that's another thing I've always liked about Brandon. I think his passing's kind of good, and he got up to basically 4 assists a game in his second season, and with LeBron in his third year, you're not going to get the ball as much, but even so, I just think Ingram has shown interesting signs as a passer. So if he's just got guys to kick it out to, that'd be cool. There is a chance that this Pelicans team could look like several different teams depending on who's out there, where Lonzo could be the primary guy, and then Drew could be the primary guy, and then there's going to be Redick off-ball things, and Zion's still probably going to lead the team in shot attempts and whatever else. But I feel like Ingram can kind of be the bridge between all those different types of teams, where he can be the guy who is setting screens for Redick. He's also getting Lonzo and Drew passes in transition. He's also throwing a lob up to Zion. But I could also picture some crazy Zion at center with Ingram at power forward lineups. I mean, you have to guess they're going to try it. So basically what I'm saying is, I kind of feel like Brandon Ingram's going to be the heart of this Pelicans team. Whether he's going to be the best player or not, I don't know. As far as an actual stat total, I'm not predicting 20-plus points for Ingram. I'm really not. But what I am predicting is an improvement from basically everywhere in terms of rebounding, playmaking, defense, things that I've always really liked about him, or at least really liked the potential of with him, to finally come out all the way for New Orleans this season.